This might be the worst YouTube video I've ever made, or it might be the best YouTube video I've ever made. But nonetheless, I just feel like making this video without scripting it and doing the big production because I've got certain things I need to get off my chest. Now, I just find it really hard that somebody wants to change their life, get sober, and they struggle to even have the discipline just to quit alcohol, quit drugs, quit junk food, the discipline to get themselves in the gym. Like I just struggle sometimes. Like I make videos and it's like 6 steps to sobriety and this secret tactic will get you sober, blah blah blah. And there is some truth to these videos. It's a lot of strategy and they are things that will help you actually stop drinking and then rebuild your identity. But like, I just don't believe. Like I met this guy I used to work with years ago. It was about 2 years ago in Australia. I used to work as an electrician. Nice guy, he's from London, and we had a chat and he said that he stopped drinking alcohol. And I said, and me as well. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm alcoholic and I used to go to AA meetings. And I was just like, I just can't relate at all. And like, I haven't done a deep dive on the term alcoholic, but from what I can gather from the Easy Ways to Control Drinking by Alan Carr, is that alcoholic is something only you can diagnose yourself with, and it's a disease that you can never get rid of. So like, that doesn't make sense anyway. And a disease is like, a disease would be like cancer or something like that, not like something that makes you want to drink. Like drinking's a bad habit. I used to drink alcohol and I used to take drugs, and recently my friend was like kind of saying to me like, oh, you can't advise people on like quitting alcohol because you didn't wake up every day and want to have a drink. But that doesn't mean that alcohol wasn't destroying my life. I could go like 3-4 weeks, maybe 8 weeks if I had a kickboxing fight, and then I would drink straight after the fight. I'd have a bag of cocaine with me straight after my fight. If I'd won the fight, I would do some cocaine. If I'd lost the fight, I'd do the cocaine. I'd go on a 2-night bender after having a kickboxing fight. It's just a bad habit. But more importantly, it's like I went 8 weeks. So you'd think like 8 weeks would be enough to say like I'm not an alcoholic or I'm not a drug addict. But it just doesn't mean that it disrupts your life. It doesn't mean that you have to say that you're an alcoholic just so you can say that you've got a problem. You can be aware that alcohol and drugs, even if you take them once a month or once every 6 months, is still a problem in your life. For me, like, my life was just, like, I was a good looking guy. Maybe I'm not as good looking now. Truth be told, I get a little bit of Botox. I'm 35, like, I'm doing okay. But back in the day when I was like 21, right, this, you're going to laugh at this story. So I was 21 and there was this expensive clothes shop in Swansea. So at the time there was this drug called methadone. It was called Meow Meow, and you'd key it. So you'd get a bag of 3.5 for like £30. It would literally last your weekend. You'd stay up for 2 nights. You'd have the best time ever. So we used to go to this club called Oceana, and on Friday it'd be 3 for 1, I think it was. So we go there, 3 for 1, we get a bag of Meow. Anyway, ended up staying up all night. Next morning rather, I went to this expensive clothes shop and went in and bought a t-shirt. And my friends always used to say to me, when you get on it, you look better looking than normal. And I think it's because when you get on drugs, like it dehydrates you and your cheekbones are more visible and you look more shredded. But I went in the shop and I actually got asked to do a modelling shoot. So I did a modelling shoot. I was in the window of this shop, quite a good shop. It's called Moda. I was in the catalogue as well. There was another guy who was like a paid model. He worked for this catalogue called Next. Quite a big brand. I don't know if they're still going. But anyway, I was like the lead guy. And I basically walked in the shop from being up all night, off my head, on drugs. I was only like 21. But the truth, the point I want to make out to you is that from the outside, I was in good shape. I was a good looking lad. People wanted me to do modelling shoots. Like, I was working at the time. I was in sales. Then eventually went on to train and be an electrician, moved to Australia. So on the outside, looking in, did I get that right? Looking from the outside at me, you would say that that guy, like, he's a good looking guy, he's got a girlfriend, he wears nice clothes, he goes to the gym, like, his life should be great. But deep inside me, like, my life was just, it was just turmoil. Like, I had material things within the reason, but I just never felt in my mind that I was ever really good at anything. And I wasn't really good at anything, because every time I used to go out, drink and take drugs, it just used to disrupt me. It used to disrupt, like, my learning process. I would, like, start learning kickboxing, then I would go on a bender for a week, and then I would go back to kickboxing. And it's not the way the world works, and it's not the way your brain works, and it's not the way learning works. You need to, like, do that thing that you're doing, sleep, so your body processes information, and then go again, and then that's how you improve. But if you're going out every single weekend and just disrupting your life, you're never going to get anywhere. So the point I'm making is that I've been sober for 5 years, and I made content, I think it was about 1.5 years ago. I had an e-com store, then I had a marketing agency, and it was coming up to Christmas, so no one wanted to hire me. And then I started working on a personal brand. I started posting, like, motivational quotes. And then I started posting about sobriety. And I stopped posting about sobriety because I felt a bit embarrassed about it. I was like, people are going to view me as if I'd got a problem, and no girl's going to want me, etc., etc. And now I kind of realize now, it's like, if I wasn't doing this as a job, I would still make videos anyway, because I'm passionate about it. Like, I've picked up my camera now and I'm just passionate about talking about it, because I don't want, number one, I don't want anyone to be in the position where I was, where, like, you can and be more in life, but you can't get the discipline to actually go out and achieve it. And two, there's no reason why you can't stop drinking and taking drugs. Like, if you value your life that much and you really want to improve and you really want to achieve that goal, or be a good parent, or be a good husband or boyfriend or son or daughter or whatever, like, how, if that's a real reason why you want to quit alcohol and drugs, how can you not stick to it? I just don't understand. Like, I physically don't understand. Luckily for me, it leaves a window for me to be able to be that guy who tells you what you know you should be doing, but can't do it. You'll look at me and say, that guy's gone from prison to wanting to kill himself, to moving to Australia, to quitting his job, starting YouTube and building a business to coach people. And you look at that guy and you say, if he can do that, if Ben can do that, who people in Swansea didn't believe in, then I can do that too. And that's where I'll come in. And you may not take me seriously now, and I've offered people my services for free. I've said, look, I'll coach you for free. People have got a problem. They've said to me they've got a problem, and I've literally offered them for free, me to coach them, which will cost like £5,000. But they won't take it. They won't take my coaching because they don't believe in me, which is fine. But I am my own product and my own testimonial. So I wanted to make this video. There's absolutely no excuse why you can't stop drinking or taking drugs. You get one spin on this planet. You get one hand to play in life. You don't get another go. So you just need to sort it out. And I will tell you this now. Crying about your feelings. As a man, no woman wants to hear your problems. She does not want to hear you crying about your problems. It's not a good look. I've been a guy in the past who's been in relationships, and I'll admit it, I've cried. Like, I've been on a come down, I've taken loads of drugs, I've argued with my missus, and I've just had a complete breakdown. It's not attractive. Yeah, just talking about your feelings as a man is going to make it worse. Like, you need to take action. If there's something in your life that you're upset about, you don't have friends, you don't have money, you don't have a job, you don't have the body you want, go out and take the simple steps every single day. You don't have friends, go out and talk to 3 people every day. Go to not meetings, go to kickboxing sessions, go to jiu-jitsu, go to places where there's people and you can integrate. If you don't have the body you want, stop eating junk food. Go to the gym. If you want a girlfriend, start talking to 3 girls every single day. Don't ask them out, but just start talking to them, because you will eventually meet a girl that might show a bit of interest in you. But if you've just been someone who hasn't been talking to girls for 2 years, then when you meet someone you think, oh, she's attractive, you're just not going to have the muscle memory of being able to hold a conversation. So you can put these steps in place. There's absolutely no excuse for you to drink and take drugs. There will be more 6-step videos coming out because you need them. But that's all I want to say. I'm going to upload it now. So people will shout at me and I don't care, but man up. If you don't have the life that you want, sort it out. Stop putting alcohol to your lips, stop putting junk food to your lips, and grow a pair. Love you. Speak to you later. Goodbye.